Okay, greetings everyone. Again, this is going to be a recap of making our pizza websites with Wix. We've talked about some of these things within the presentations that you have, so such like our color theory, our text hierarchy, our page layout, and things of this sort. But this is really where we're going to be able to create a professional looking website that's all about a particular company or topic, or in our case, pizza. So let's get started. So we're going to shortcut and put in Wix start from scratch. And you're going to click this one that says start from scratch website template. It might pop up somewhere different on Google, but in this case, it's popping up here. Okay. Then from here, you're going to click edit this site. And also throughout this video, please make sure there's certain things you don't understand, that you actually pause and rewind. That is perfectly okay. Make sure you're going the speed that you want to go. Okay. So we're going to X this out because we're learning how to build a site from scratch. Okay. So we're not skipping any sections. We're going to do our header first, then our body, then we're going to do our footer, and then our other pages. Okay. Let's get started. So our header and our footer are our hardest parts to do because these are not pre-designed sections. We have to do them from scratch. Our plus button, as we should know, on here on the left side, is how we add most things. This section is how we add sections, and we'll talk about that here shortly. Usually we can just click it somewhere else. It's like a purple pop-up. And our pages button is here, so how we add on different pages or move between the different pages as we're editing. Our site design is not something that you really need, and then these other buttons are not necessary at this moment. If you were going to use a different app, such as if you were selling items, then you might need store or other custom solutions, you can come here to apps, which was the fifth button down, and actually type in like online store. And then you can use the Wix online stores, or if you did bookings or things of that sort. But again, for this activity, we're just doing a simple pizza website. So we will not need to discover that more at this time. Okay. So do our header, we have to create it and add columns. Because again, this is the top. This is where we have our site navigation and usually the name of our site and or logo. So how we do that is we click add elements, and it will pop up actually already in the plus section. You're going to go down to strip, and I usually recommend you do a classic strip. Okay, you can use white or black. I personally like to use white, and it will automatically come in the header section because we clicked add element in header. You do want to use your two arrows. So if you put your mouse by the lines bottom here and size it up or down, because usually your heading is not going to be that big. So keep that in mind. Second, you want to right click and click add column to make sure you have two sections. So one for site name and or logo, and your site menu. So these are the different pages that we will eventually add. Then down here, you want to click layout. So it looks like a website button. And usually I recommend you make it 3366, but you can use any of these formats that you would like to use. And then you want to size the bottom up to finish your header. So again, you'll have your site name and your navigation bar. Okay. Next, we have to name the website. So we have to put text, or if we had an image. So as you guessed it, we're going to go to the plus button because this is how we add anything. Go to text and add heading text, right? Because this is going to be a primary text. So we want it to be kind of big. You might need to size it up, right? So as you see, I have the orange in between the margins, right? Because we always want to stay in between the dotted lines. And you might have to make this smaller. So similar to like a Microsoft Word, we might need to make it a 36 font or a 24 or whatever to make it fit. And I'm going to name my site Pizza Site or Pizza 2 because we're making a pizza website. Okay, and then you can even use the alignment tool to make it go center or just keep it how it is. That is totally up to you. Other step is we have to have a menu bar so we can go between different pages. Right now we only have one page, but eventually we'll have more. So you guessed it, we're going to click the add button. This is how we add almost anything. Go to menu in Anchor, and then we're going to click the first menu that we see and push it in between the dotted lines. And that is how we have a website. Okay? Again, make sure this is touching your strip at the top. And our header is done. Then we're going to go down to our footer, and we're going to do something very similar that we did to the header. Except this one, we do not necessarily have to add a lot of different columns. So you're going to click Add Elements. You're going to go to Strip. You're going to click Classic. And then I usually, for the bottom, will put a black classic. But again, you can use black or white. That part's up to you. Then I usually recommend you're going to make this a lot smaller. Right? Because your footer doesn't need to take up as much space. And then you're going to add text and do paragraph text into your strip. Okay? And make sure you size it up in between the dotted lines. If you haven't noticed, we always stay within dotted lines because this is what makes sure that people can see it. Because I did use a black strip, I do want to click it twice and change my font color. And then I usually recommend you center it, but again, you don't have to. That is a personal preference. And here you would put created by and then your name. So in my case, it will be Vincent Drake. Okay. And then property of Pizza 2 or whatever the name of the company is. You can also do that in reverse, but again, that is a personal preference and up to you. And then make sure that this line and your strip line touch each other. Okay, you might want to watch that a couple times just to make sure you got it, but that is how you make your footer and your header. Okay, next we're going to go on to our body section. So we talked about call to actions and how most websites have a graphic initial image. So to do that, you're going to get this pop up right here. This is add section. If this does not pop up, go right over here to your left hand side and click add section. Okay. You usually start with a welcome. So you're going to click welcome. And then you have your welcome section. Next, usually after you do a nice graphic section, you want to learn more about the company. So you're going to click add section and you guessed it, about. And you're going to pick one that doesn't have an image or as many images just because we just use one that's a full image. Then after you learn more about it, you usually want to call the company or have a way of contacting the company. So you guessed it, we're going to click add section, contact, and we're going to pick a contact strip, right? Which is totally up to you which one that you use. There's no right or wrong answer. You pick the one that you want to pick. And that's it. That is the format of our homepage. Okay. Now that we've done that, we need to change some things around. So I have a pizza website. This background should probably be about pizza. So if you see up here, it pops up and says change background. You want to click that. Then you want to click on image. You can do the same thing with video as well. And then you're going to search pizza. And you'll select any of these images. I'm just going to select this one. And you click change background. It's as simple as that. Okay. Then you can actually customize this text if you want, or you can delete it. I'm going to say keep the welcome. But the text I'm going to change to slogan for pizza company. Now remember, we're in the AI era. So you click on the text, right? Just click right on it with your left click, and then click create AI text and tell it exactly what you want. You might want something different. I just want to say pizza company slogan. You can tell it whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a slogan. I just want a slogan. Okay. And that's it. and you just delete the parts you don't want. Okay, I don't really want to start now because I don't have that to start, but that is up to you as the designer. Okay, so you can move these things around within the box. There's no right or wrong answer. It's up to you as designer. Also, you can change the color of the background. So if you click on the paintbrush and click on customize design, you got a fill color. You can change this color, make it more transparent, make it blue, add a color. Like that's all up to you. Okay. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. Perfect. Okay, get to know us is going to be the about section. So now we need to actually have more information about the pizza company. So again, you're going to click create AI text and say, tell the customer, or actually you can just click about section down here. Or we're going to put tell the customer about our local pizza company called, sorry, type that too soon. Company Pizza 2. And as you can see, it created text for me. And just make sure you read it so that it's accurate. And that's it. Now I have my text for the site, for about us, and our contact. Of course, we don't have real contact info because it's not a real company, but you would just click on it twice and replace it with the correct information. Okay, on to page 2 and 3. These pages are actually fairly easy for us to do because we kind of get the cheat. So you're going to click on the third button down, the pages, and we're going to click down here, right up here, where it says add page. We're going to do a blank page because we're learning how to do this from scratch. Okay. And this is going to be our contact page. Or okay. Click done. Then we're going to click on a strip because we need to make a header. So we're going to click on add elements or add elements here. Strip classic. I got that. And you just want to make sure these arrows are touching. Then you're going to add a title to it. So this will be our page header. So you're going to do add text heading because this is actually going to say contact for contact page. Okay. So we're going to actually put contact or contact us, however you want to word it. Again, make sure you change the colors if need be. Depending on what strip color you use, you might need to change it. Then what should happen is there should be an add section button that pops up under here. If not, remember the second button down on your left hand side also allows you to add section. And since this is a contact page, you guessed it, we're going to click contact. And then you pick one of these pre-done contact sections. And that's it. You now have your contact page. Now, if this was me, I would probably delete this just because it'll be a little redundant, but you don't have to. That's up to you. Okay? It's all up to you as a designer. Then we're going to, now that we're done with this, we have two options. We can keep this black, or we can change the color. It's very important that we try to keep these consistent as possible. I actually want to go ahead and make it a different picture. So we're going to click on the background, click change background, click image, and then we're going to do pizza again. But I don't think I'm going to have a pizza image that I want. So we're going to use AI again. So we're going to go down here at the bottom where it says AI image creator under media for Wix, the 4 down, and we're going to tell it what we want. So I'm going to say pepperoni pizza and a fire oven. And I'm going to click on photo and create image. And voila, it creates me an image. I click use image and save. And again, you could do it like we did it earlier and just search for an image, but wanted to make sure y'all had options to find other ways of creating images with AI. And then for me, I personally like to go to settings and make the image color just fade in a more dark just because we have such a light website. But again, this is all up to you. Since we now have our heading set up, we're going to go down the pages. So third button down on the left. Then click the three little dots and click duplicate. So that way it is consistent amongst all pages. And we're going to say menu page. Okay. And then now that this is the duplicated page, we're going to rename it up here. So click twice and it'll highlight. So you can say menu page. And then remember, a menu is just a list of items. So we're going to still do the add section. We're going to go down the list. And we're going to pick one of these list formats that we like. So in this case, we're going to do list title. And then delete the other section we don't want. So when you click on it, there's three little dots that will pop up. And you'll click delete. And now your menu page is formatted. So we was able to basically create a page very quickly. And you repeat this process for as many pages as you need to create. Okay? And then from here, you replace the items, right? So if I had, I don't know, let's say our dinner menu. And I would make this a little bit smaller so it's not as big as the top. Right? Because we want to make sure we're doing our text hierarchy that we learned about. I might change this description. So create AI text. Describe the pizza menu being good. Right? And then this would give me text to make people want to hopefully buy it. And then I would add my items here. So I might say cheese pizza, which will be, I don't know, $10. Yeah, I might say pepperoni pizza. And I'm going to say it's $11. And I'm going to say veggie pizza, which I'm going to put at $11. And I will just repeat this process for all of them. We're going to say supreme. Wrong section. Supreme. Do $13. I'm going to have some wings for $10. And a sub for $6. Okay. Then you can actually click on these images, right? So just click on it and click change image and then search for pizza. So you put cheese pizza in this case. Right? You're just going to select these images. Pepperoni, same thing.